The story is the California governor's race. Democratic candidate Matt Mahan, who is also the mayor of San Jose, has released a new plan aimed at regulating AI and data centers. It would require them to pay the full cost of the power and water that they consume, mandate that humans oversee any automated systems impacting people's lives, protect intellectual property, and call for a safety and training fund paid for and with tax revenue from the industry. It would also ban cell phone use in schools and require parental consent on social media accounts for anyone under 16. Matt Mahan joins us live here in studio to talk about this and more. Welcome back to The Story. It's good to see
Thanks,
you.
Alex. Good to be back.
So this is such an important issue, something that the next governor is really going to be focused on. California is the home of so much of this AI. Is this something that you worked with the industry on, and sort of how do you see this being executed?
You know, Alex, this plan really came out of the work I've done as mayor of San Jose, the largest city in Silicon Valley. We're on the front lines of technological change, and we've crafted regulations in the absence of guidance from the federal government, the state government. We created something called the GovAI Coalition that's now used by over 900 cities and counties. We created a regulatory framework for the responsible and ethical use of AI, because I think it's so important that we get this right. We have to harness the good that can come from these tools to make government more responsive and productive, but we also have to shield people from the risks. And one of those, as you point out, is ensuring that any new data centers pay to upgrade our infrastructure for everyone else, use the cleanest energy, invest in recycled water systems. We can't have the profits of this industry be built on the backs of working people or environmental destruction. We have to get this right.
And one thing I think was going to stand out to a lot of people, this idea of banning cell phones in schools. First off, does the governor have the power to do that? And secondly, what do you say to people who say you need a phone for an emergency, or they like to be in communication with their kids?
Well, look, I'm a parent. My wife and I have 2 little kids, and we limit their screen time. And during the school day, I'm not saying we shouldn't use technology for educational ppurposes where it's appropriate, where it's safe. But students in our K through 12 public system don't need to be on their phones during the school day. I think that we should be really encouraging kids to gain those interpersonal skills, to be present, to not be distracted. And I think it's important that we protect them from what they might experience on social media before their brains are really developed to handle things that may be misleading or may give them the wrong perception of reality. Kids are precious. They're growing and developing, and we need to invest in keeping them healthy.
Another one of the biggest issues in this state, of course, is homelessness. Governor Newsom just yesterday laying out his budget, saying $500 million next year, but with lots of sort of catches for cities to make sure to hold them accountable. You've talked about the fact that you believe the boldest plan when it comes to homelessness. What makes your plan so bold, and how do you see it compared to some of the other candidates in this race?
Well, Alex, my plan is more than a plan. It's actual action I've taken as mayor of San Jose, and what I will do as governor to hold every city and county accountable for doing its part. We have led the state in reducing street homelessness by 1/3 by building basic, dignified shelter. And when it's available, we require people come indoors. I've set a goal of ending unsheltered homelessness, and part of that plan involves getting other levels of government to do their part. You ask about other candidates' plans. I have to tell you, frankly, one of the most disillusioning experiences I have had in politics was as a new mayor, going into HHS and meeting with then Secretary Becerra and saying, Mr. Secretary, our failure to address street homelessness is costing us lives. It's also imposing huge costs on the healthcare system. People are endlessly cycling through our emergency rooms, endless 911 calls. Let's get HHS and HUD together with cities like San Jose that want to solve this problem, to build basic shelter and treatment capacity, get people indoors, and save the system money.
Yeah, what do you say?
the usual bureaucratic speak. I mean, this is my concern with Javier Becerra. He's the epitome of the status quo. It's always somebody else's fault. 85,000 migrant children lost, $250,000 stolen from his campaign account under his nose, but he didn't have visibility into it. Growing fraud in the healthcare system under his watch at HHS and his attorney general here in California, but not his responsibility. Look, with me as mayor, and as governor, starting next year, the buck will stop with me.
In terms of, though, for that to happen, you got to win.
That's right.
And so the question is, what's the lane? Because it seems like your argument, as the Democratic Party nationally is searching for its soul, going into the midterm elections, is that you're trying to be the Goldilocks candidate. Not too far left, not too far right, just right in the middle. The question is, based off of the polling you've seen, based off the polling that's out there, is there an example of that message getting you into the top two? The idea that, is that actually where voters are in this polarized environment with social media algorithms pushing us to the extremes where there's enough voters to get there? What's that? What are you seeing?
Alex, I'm the results candidate. I'm the only Democrat in this race who has a track record of challenging the establishment within my own party to deliver meaningful change. We've led the state in reducing crime and made San Jose the safest big city in the country. We've reduced gun violence by 71%. We've reduced homelessness by 1/3. We've sped up permitting, reduced fees, and we have thousands of homes under construction. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, whatever your political affiliation is, you know that California can do better. We need better policies. We need more accountability from our government. And I'm the only Democrat in this race, the only candidate who shares California's values, but understands that the best resistance is delivering results. And that starts with accountability in Sacramento, using our money more effectively. We have doubled in the polls in just the last 2 weeks. Our polling is very clear. When people hear our message, when they get to know my background, what I've done in San Jose, and what I'll do as governor, we shoot up into the top two, and we win any runoff against any other candidate in November.
And we'll end on something fun really fast. BTS Army is out in Palo Alto right now. People are lining up for days in order to see BTS. Is there a band in your history that you ever lined up to see? And what band do you want to play your inauguration if you get to that point?
Oh, man. Well, we talked about this last time. I was a big Tupac guy growing up. We have to roll his hologram out at this point, I think. But yeah, no, K-pop has taken over the world. My 8-year-old daughter's all about K-pop demon hunters. I've been getting a whole education in that. It's incredible.
Maybe you can get BTS. They're going to be playing the FIFA World Cup final, and maybe they can play the inauguration. All right. We'll see if you can get there. Matt Mahan, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Alex.
We'll be back.